So in this video I will show you how you can do a cheap mod to revive your old steering wheel. For this exact one I have bought E46, also E39 M Sports wheel. It already put it in pieces. As you can see at the top, it's really problematic. It has a cut in here, so it's just duct taped around. I've also bought restitching kit from AliExpress. This is how it looks. We have the lever, obviously, also some double-sided duct tape, sewing kit, and also a tool to get your lever in. I don't think we ever need this one, but it's there. And this is how the lever looks. I bought one with M stripes at the top. I'm not professional at this, but I just want to show you the process since I have done like 3 or 4 of them already. That's just a $15 mod that you can do to make your steering wheel look like brand new, at least at some level like brand new, and you just have to invest your time. So follow along and I'll show you the process. First thing you want to do is deattach everything that's possible to deattach from the steering wheel itself. That's what I've done now. Top piece, the bottom one, and also the airbag. Since we will be applying lever, it will bend on the corners, so we need access to that. And now, since we have this, at this point I would suggest to clean it, so double-sided duct tape would attach and hold it better. And once you cleaned it, it's time to apply, at least to measure in, the replacement lever. The biggest part of this job is to apply it correctly, so you have to try it out on all sides, try to bend it over, see where the stitching will lay. You can use original stitching as a guidance where it should be. Basically, you need to spend some time arranging and adjusting just to make sure it sits perfectly before you try and tape it down. So let's just do that. Also, the part which has the interesting shape part goes to the front of the steering wheel, and this one goes to the back. First you need to pull it under the steering wheel, and then you can adjust it afterwards. It's sliding, not too difficult to do. Okay, I have it on, but as you can see, this is far from good. This is too high, this is too low. I need to move it around. Also, while you're here, you can try and bend it over and see if it connects. Usually with these kits from AliExpress, they overlap, so if you want a perfect fit, you need to cut it out accordingly. Just check it and cut it so it would not overlap. They should just go side by side. That would make the perfect stitch. But I'm not seeking the perfection, so I'll just go as it is, just trying to make sure it's sitting in the right place. Also, a good way to know if you're at the right place is with these corners. If you bend them over, they should connect at all points, so I'm still not there. I need to put it higher. And yeah, that's look like it. As you can see, this overlaps just fine, and at the bottom you can also overlap it. That's how it should be. This is how it looks with positioned lever. At the breaking points it should connect, like here. So just go around, check every corner. If you can get it to line up with force, that should be fine. And also you want to position your stitches to be at the center. So you see the original stitching, and I'm applying my stitching at the same line if you bend them over. Next thing we want to do is to use the adhesive, double-sided tape, the one that came in with the kit. You just need to cut the adhesive and place it somewhere right here, just behind the stitching from the inner side, and try to apply as much as possible. That will stop the attached lever from moving when you're touching the steering wheel. I like to start from the corners personally, so if I need to change something in the future, the piece of the leather that I'm working with is still flexible. So I'm starting with this quarter, then I'll do this one, and finally the top, the biggest one. So for now, this is how I taped it. Always use some tape around these bending points to avoid having bubbles of leather. So try to position these, and you can do even 3 lines if you want to, just to make sure. And yeah, that's how it looks from the both sides.
Also, we'll have to apply some tape over here because later on there's no access to that. I will tape this down. I will start from the rear end, so front would overlap the rear and it wouldn't be so noticeable. That's just some aesthetics. If you do front first, then rear, it's obvious that there is a bump. And if you do all other way around, when sitting in the car, you won't actually notice it. You can feel it, but you won't notice it. Yeah, so let's do that. I will start peeling this off and applying, and after that we have the stitching of the first quarter. So that's the result of taping the first quarter. Should be something similar. It might look scary at first, but with stitching most of the imperfections will go away, like this part here and that one, and just holding lever in place. The most important part are these, where they bend over. Make sure you place them correctly and apply like 2 or 3 lines of double side duct tape. Okay, this part is finished. Now I will stitch it. We need to start from the back side, going through first red line from inner side to outside, and then hook up with this blue line on the other side. For this particular purchase, they included blue, red, and also black colors, but I will go with cyan because I don't want to repeat one color there's already there to dominate other, and I don't want black, so I will go with cyan from the other kit. Also, all this mess just from applying quarter on the steering wheel duct tape. That's how much you need to use, basically. To end the line, you just need to go with your needle underneath the red string and make a knot there. I would suggest putting a bubble of super glue just in case, for the future reference, so it wouldn't break or loosen itself and then you lose all your stitching line. So just a bubble there and then tape it around so it would stay in place. But overall, pretty happy with the results. As a replacement kit from AliExpress, it's a pretty good fit. Also, a secret for stitching, you need to grab a line so that it would be one here. You skip one tray on the other side, go for the second one, go through there, and then repeat the same process. Skip one, go through second, and then it makes this nice line. Here we have the final result. It came out pretty well. Only this middle piece, it has some defects. This lever kit was defected because it should have stitching over here as well, so you could stitch it around. This one didn't, so I had to glue it in, but I got a full refund for this one, so it's free for me. I don't even complain. So yeah, this is how it looks. Definitely better than it was, and that's what we want to achieve. Also, that's optional, but I prefer to cut these to align with original line as well. Let's see. There's the original line where the original lever was cut. So I glued in these stitching lines so they wouldn't decay if I cut it. So I'll just wait for it to dry and cut it like that. And over here as well. That should give even more aesthetics. But it's looking pretty cool. That's obviously without any other steering wheel components inside. I have those here, so if we just have a quick look how it would look. Yeah, that's the view. And you can compare it with the previous one, how it was previously, and that's the result.